Like, okay, something back to the channel. This is my pre preview from the Southampton game. So I thought the first half we were pretty poor, to be honest. I felt like we could have done a lot better. I know kept a lot of possession, but for me, we didn't do enough. Um, and obviously, we were 1-0 down, weren't we, with the mess up between Alisson and Van Dijk for the small ball goal. Really scrappy goal. Couldn't have conceded that. I thought we're in control, but we didn't do enough to go in the lead at half time. And then brought on three players at half time, which made a massive difference. That Harvey Elliott for me was brilliant. Maka and Robbo. So what I'm going to do is, second half, a lot better. Brilliant. 2 goals in 3 minutes. Nunez is tapping. And he added a at the net. And then obviously Nunez got the penalty for Salah. That made it 2-1. And then it was all just brilliant from there. But, why did it take us 45 minutes to get going? I know we had a tough game, didn't we, against PSG on Wednesday night, but in the end, Salah got another penalty, didn't he, in the 87th minute? I don't know if it was a penalty, to be honest, but Nunez went down a bit easy. But yeah, so let's have a quick look at this Anfield player ratings. As you know, I don't like doing them myself because you get called biased or whatever. So they've given Alisson a 6, and what they said was, after a legendary performance against Paris Saint-Germain, Alisson was part of a horrible mix-up that led to Southampton opening the scoring. Van Dijk was arguably more at fault, but the Brazilian didn't cover himself in glory, not dealing with the situation at all. Otherwise, he was his usual reliable self. So they've given Alexander-Arnold the man of the match. They've given him 8. I agree. I thought he had a good game. In the first half, Alexander-Arnold was one of the few who could hold his head high. Granted, he wasn't at his world-class best, but he tried to bring pace and quality to the attack, seeing a couple of shots blocked. A good display overall as Liverpool's vice-captain continued to shine after the break, with no player winning more duels, 7 per spot mob. Bear me a second, guys. Right, sorry about that. Canate, 7. Canate was never going to be as busy as he was against PSG, but he was good while others struggled. There was nothing eye-catching about his performance, but he used the ball well and was reliable in his defensive work. Even came marauding forward in stoppage time for good measure. Virgil van Dijk 6. Van Dijk has been colossal all season long, but he was awful for Will Smallbone's opener, simply not clearing the danger. It was sloppy, lethargic moment that summed Liverpool's opening 45 minutes. Like Alisson, the skipper was otherwise dependable, but he wasn't tested a huge amount. Simicast 5. Brought in for Andy Robertson, Simicast didn't do enough to justify his selection. The Greek was booked in the first half, while his crossing was inconsistent at times, failing to beat the first man, replaced at the break. Gravenberch 6. Gravenberch's level has dipped in recent weeks, with fatigue seemingly beginning to catch up with him. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, don't forget he's played every single game this season in the league. Every game I can think of anyway, it's important. He's been playing. Didn't play hardly any games under Klopp last season, but it will catch up with him. So then it says there was good and bad on show against Southampton, with one mazy run inside the box catching the eye, but his influence was sometimes lacking. Gravenberch covered so much ground, making some important defensive contributions, but he could do with a breather soon. Curtis Jones 7. Jones played deeper alongside Gravenberch, but like so many, He failed to have the desired influence. The 24-year-old fired wide early on and should probably have scored and was guilty of holding onto the ball for too long. Substitute at half time. Szoboszlai 5. Szoboszlai has been superb of late, but this was one of his more forgettable displays of the season. Liverpool's number 8 worked hard, as he always does, but there was a lack of guile in the final third. Like Simicast and Jones, hooked at the interval. Salah 7. After a poor outing at PSG in midweek, Salah was again short of his best year, but then he goes and scores twice. Salah found himself on the periphery of the action to begin with, but he was much better in the second half, going third in Liverpool's all-time list of goal scorers. The penalties did mark an average display, but he was still the match winner. Luis Diaz 6. Diaz is a frustrating player to watch, always giving his all, but too often lacking in killer instinct. The Colombian was a mixed bag at Anfield, with one shot missing the target by an embarrassing distance before teeing up Darwin Nunez for the equaliser. Like so many, much better after half time. Darwin Nunez 7. Nunez led the line for Liverpool, and for a while it appeared to be another afternoon that showed why he isn't the long-term answer. He headed over and hit the target in the early exchange before picking up a stupid yellow card for a blatant foul, but he made it 1-1 with a good finish. Nunez also won the penalty that Salah converted, ultimately having a big influence on the result. So with the substitutes, all I'm going to do is I'm going to just tell you what they've rated them. So Andy Robertson came on for Simicast in the 46th minute, and they've given him a 7. Alexis McAllister came on for Jones in the 46th minute. They've given him an 8. Harvey Elliott for Szoboszlai, 46th minute. They've given him an 8 as well. Diogo Jota, 68. They've given him a 6. He came on for Nunez. Wataru Endo came on for Gravenberg in the 81st minute. They give him a 6. And then finally, Quansar came on for Arnold in the 89th minute. Because it was so late, they didn't give him a rating. And they've given Arnie Spot an 8. So it says, watching on from the stands, Slot will have been fuming by what he saw in the first half. Liverpool was so flat, and while legs were clearly tired after their excursions in Paris, it was not even close to good enough. Klopp's half-time team adjustments had the desired effect, with the second half far better and the boss substitutions once again paying off. It wasn't pretty, but Liverpool were 16 points clear at the top of the Premier League, a huge week ahead. So yeah, let me have a quick drink. Won't be a second. Right, so my summary is we got the 3 points. We're 16 points clear. Arsenal have got United tomorrow, so I'm hoping that Arsenal get either a draw or get beat. That would be a bonus if United can beat Arsenal. We only have to win 5 games, I would say, out of the last 9, and we've won the title. PSG, real tough game at Anfield. I'll do my preview for that on Tuesday afternoon. And then obviously the League Cup final against Newcastle. As we know, Anthony Gordon's suspended for losing his head in the last game. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Interesting week ahead. Can we get through in the Champions League, and can we get our first trophy of the season? That's it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. If you'd like to support the channel, the link will be in the video description. But that's it for now. Take it easy.